It's Saturday afternoon of April 15th. It's about 2:50 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in Beaumont, Alberta, about 10 minutes south of the capital city of Alberta, Edmonton. I'm Robert Manelson, and many of you know me as the business owner of Powerful Play Experiences, positive workplace mental health for teams. But today I'm here in the capacity of another role that I play in my career, a certified career development professional for well over 22, almost 23 years now. I've worked in the field of career development, both as a workshop facilitator and as a certified career counselor. Working with both adults and youth ready to make a career change. And today's topic is the truth about job fairs. The truth about job fairs. So I attended a job fair 2 days ago here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And I do attend job fairs to get a sense of the vibe that is happening at job fairs today, post-COVID. Who's showing up at job fairs and why? How employers who have booths set up at job fairs are receiving potential candidates at these job fairs. I speak to the employers at the booths with a series of questions. On occasion, I'll even talk to many of the candidates who are at that particular job fair and get a sense of what they're looking for and why and what they're hoping to expect from the job fair. So this particular job fair was packed. It was packed. There was clearly not enough room in the hotel conference room location to hold everyone. So a long lineup of people extended outside the front door of the hotel to the side of the hotel building and around into the parking lot. So people were being let in small chunks based on who was coming out and who's going in. Now, what was really cool was the multicultural nature of the people at this particular job fair. I am sure that well over 90% of the people attending this job fair were from a broad range of cultures, countries from around the world. It was truly a magnificent sight to see. And the employers who had booths set up at this job fair, less multicultural than the candidates who are at this job fair. I'm not sure if there's something significant there that we need to make note of, but so this is what I saw. This is what I saw, and this is what I experienced, and that's why I call today's short presentation called "The Truth About Job Fairs." Okay, so the employers who have tables set up at the job fair. Remember, it's a job fair. It's a job fair. So those who are coming to the job fair will assume that employers are hiring on the spot. They have jobs, real jobs for the candidates who are attending the job fairs. But that's not so. That's definitely not so. So in essence, there's really two job fairs taking place. The job fair, according to the employers who show up and do have jobs, but people can't necessarily get the jobs that day at the job fair. Many of them have to submit a resume, which goes into a pile on the employer's desk or table at the booth, or they are sent to a website, a company website. So that's the first job fair. Employers really don't have jobs on site, and they're really not hiring people on site for specific jobs. Now, the candidates who show up That's the second type. They have a different idea of what a job fair is. They believe that they're coming to an event where that day at the job fair, they can actually secure or land a job because it's called a job fair. That's why they bring their resumes. That's why they're prepared to have conversations. They're expecting to be hired at this job fair. And that's why I'm saying there's two job fairs going on. The one the employers present, which is, yes, there's jobs, but you need to submit a resume or go to the company website. So you don't actually get a job that day when you show up at the job fair. And then there's the candidates who show up with their resume, expecting to have a conversation with an employer and get a job that day. And how do I know this? Because I watch the interactions between the employers and the candidates, and there's a total disconnect. A total disconnect between how the employers conduct the job fair and their expectations, and the candidates who show up and how they conduct themselves and their expectations at the job fair. And many of the candidates, the multicultural nature of the candidates, which is so beautiful, many of these people arrived and left without a job. Many of them simply just submitted a resume to a particular employer who then added it to a pile of other resumes which were on the table. And that was the job fair in terms of from the candidate's point of view. Now, the employer receives the resume, and the candidate has this expectation that they might be contacted. As I've submitted the resume, you now have my contact information. I've spoken to you about my interest in the job. I'm assuming you'll call me. The employer will call me, but that won't happen. That won't happen. So that's another expectation that's quite different. People submit their resumes believing that they'll be contacted. The candidates believe they'll be contacted, but they won't, because it just goes into a pile of paper on the employer's table, and they will shuffle through it, and they may do something with it, or they may do nothing with it. A vast percentage of the employers at this job fair send people to their company website. Can you believe that? People traveled far and wide from across the city to this one location, this one hotel location, to get a job. That's what their expectation was. But upon arrival at the job fair, employers told them, a vast number of them, told them, just go to our company website and apply online. That is highly unacceptable, highly unacceptable. And you can see the disconnect once again between the employer's expectations and the candidate's expectation. So a job fair, the truth about a job fair, you're not going to get a job. There's no job for you to acquire, to land at a job fair. It's just an exchange of information. That's all it is. Employers have information to give you, you have information to give to them, and at the end of the day, you hope that in that exchange of information, something will happen which will result in another exchange of information further down the road. Maybe the employer will call you, maybe they'll email you, and they'll talk further about a potential opportunity which you've applied for and now have to go through the whole screening process. So the truth about a job fair is you'll never get a job at a job fair. You'll never get a job at a job fair. The expectations on the part of employers and how they present employment opportunities, the expectations of the candidates who are coming to the job fair and presenting themselves, it's a disconnect. It's a total disconnect. And how disappointed I was to see so many disappointed faces from the multitude of candidates who attended that particular job fair. I should have interviewed them on the way in and asked them something like, so what do you hope to get out of the job fair? What are you hoping to achieve? And I'm sure many of them would have said something like, Well, to get a job, and then interview them on the way out of the job fair and ask them, so did you get what you want? Did you achieve what you wanted to achieve? Did you get a job? And I'm certain many of them would have said, no, I didn't get a job. And I was watching these people just maneuver from one table to another, back to another table, onward to another table, trying to land a job at the job fair, thinking that that's what the expectation was. That's the truth about job fairs. There's a disconnect. Expectations are different. And if job fairs continue this way, I'm highly disappointed, extremely disappointed as a career development professional. If you have any comments you want to add or share, go ahead and post them right here. Thank you for watching the video and spending some time with me today. I'm Robert Mandelson, the creator and facilitator, business owner of Powerful Play Experiences, positive workplace mental health for teams, and for close to 23 years now, a certified career development professional here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, though I reside in Beaumont, Alberta. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great afternoon. Hope you have a great evening, and we'll reconnect soon.